Hello class, Thursday, let's get this done. This will be the last lesson. That's new material for the week. Tomorrow will just be a review, so you'll just be able to answer that pretty quickly, and then it's the weekend. So Thursday's material, we're going to cover two different sets of material. They're pretty much related, but let's get into it. We're going to be finding the perimeter of a polygon, and most of these polygons are going to be four-sided figures. They kind of look all like the ones you see right here on the page. They look mismatched in every which way. Sometimes we might have 3 or 4 or 5-sided figures, but when we're working with perimeter, perimeter is just the measurement on the outside of any figure. So if this was our yard, it's a pretty ugly looking yard. It's kind of mismatched and not really straight, but this would be the fence around the yard. So anytime we're asked to find the perimeter of something, you want to consider that the fence, the area around it, not the area of everything inside it. Area is something we'll get to another time. So perimeter, we want to add up all the lengths around the sides. So let's start off with our first measurement here. We're going to say this is going to be a 12 plus a 10 plus a 9 plus another 9. So those are all the numbers we have here on our polygon. So let's start by adding up 2 plus 0. I get an answer of 2. Put that over the side here. 2 plus 9, I have 11. 11 plus 9 is going to be 20. So I'm going to take the 0 and put that over on the bottom and bring the 2 up onto the top. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. And I have an answer of 40. Now we have to be sure to include the correct unit in your answer. So the unit we were working with all along here is yards, which is short for that is YD. So I'm going to make sure I put yards back in there. All right, let's do one more example like that. But before that, let's do a bad joke. Why is Peter Pan always flying? Because he never lands. All right, so we have another four-sided polygon here. We're going to start by adding up all the sides of the polygon. So let's start up on the top. Let's say I'm going to do this back in red. I got to press hard on this pen. All right, so 9. Let's start off with that one. Add 9 here. I'm going to add 12 to that. I'm going to add 14 as well. Wow, that was really long. And then I'm going to add my last 9. And when I add these all up, 9 plus 2, I have an answer of 11. 11 plus 4, I have an answer of 15. And 15 plus 9, I get 24. So take this 24. And I'll put the 4 over on the bottom here. I'm going to put the 2 up on the top. And now I can take 2 plus 1 is going to give me 3. 3 plus another 1 is going to give me 4. So 44 is almost my answer. I still have to remember that I'm working with centimeters in this problem, so I have to put the centimeters into that equation, just like so. All right, so we have one more, and that means you're going to do this one on your own. So why don't you give that a try? And we're back. So just like the previous problems, we're going to add up all of the numbers. So I'm going to stick with writing these right around from the top all the way around the side, those numbers in order. That way I don't forget any. So I have 12. I'm going to add to that my 8. I'm going to add to that another 8. I'll add to that 14. And then lastly, my 15. So I'm going to come through and start adding these up on the right-hand side. 2 plus 8, I'm going to get an answer of 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 4, 22. 22 plus 5, 27. So I'm going to take this 7, put it on the bottom. 2 comes up onto the top. 2 plus 1, I have an answer of 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 57, and since I'm working with yards here, I'm going to put yards back on the bottom. So 57 yards is going to be your answer. One more type of problem, and this time we're going to be working with perimeter of a square or rectangle. And in this case here, I have a square, and this looks similar to the last few problems I did. However, now I only have one measurement, 21 meters. But when we're working with a square, we know that this is a square because it says find the perimeter of the square. So that means a square, all of the sides are exactly the same length. So something when we get into geometry, you'll learn, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek, is if the measure of 21 meters is the length of one side, I can make a little mark here, which means this side is 21 meters. This side is also 21 meters, so I can make another little mark right over here. So I know that this side is also the same length as this one. And since this side is also the same, that's going to be 21, and that's going to be 21. So I'm just going to be adding up 21 4 times. 21, 21, and that's ugly. Let's frame that. All right, I'm going to write this all over again. 21, 21, 21, and 21. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. There's 4 of them. I get an answer of 4. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Let's see, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So I have an answer of 84. And since I was working with meters here, I'm going to put meters over on the bottom. And now I'm done. Before we go into the next example, time for another bad joke. This one I like. What does a vegetarian zombie say? Grains. Anyway, next problem. Now we're finding the perimeter of a rectangle. So rectangle, we know, one of the things we know about a rectangle is that the sides are equal lengths. So if I have a 14 centimeters over on this side, directly across from it, I know that this length here is going to be 14 centimeters as well. And same with what I have on the bottom. If this length here is 28 centimeters, the opposite side of it up here is also going to be 28 centimeters. So now that I have the measurement of all the sides, I'm going to do what I did for the other problems. I'm just going to add up all those numbers back to back to back to back. So let's start with my top number of 28. So I'm going to take 28. I'm going to add to that my 14. And then I'm going to add to it another 28. And then I'm going to add to it another 14. So if I have 8 plus 4, I get an answer of 12. 12 plus 8, I have an answer of 20. 20 plus 4, I get an answer of 24. So I'm going to take this 4, it's really ugly, and I'm going to put that on the bottom, and I'm going to bring the 2 up on top. 2 plus 2, I get an answer of 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 2, I have an answer of 8. And 8 plus 1, I get an answer of 9. So I can bring that 9 over here. So 94, and it says be sure to write the correct unit in your answer. I'm working with centimeters, so this is going to be 94 centimeters. So we covered a square, a rectangle, and up next, the one you're going to try on your own, that one happens to be a square. So why don't you try that on your own? All right, let's go over the answer. Perimeter of a square. Since this is a square, I know all the lengths are 25. So I can say that this side over here is 25. This length of this side here is 25, and the one over on the left is going to be 25. So I'm going to be adding up 25, 25, 25, and 25. So 5 plus 5, I get an answer of 10. Plus another 5 is 15. Plus one more 5, I get an answer of 20. So I'm going to put this 0 over on the bottom here. And the 2 comes up on top. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. And I get an answer of 100, which makes sense because if you think of this in terms of money, 4 sets of 25, 4 quarters would be $1 worth 100 cents. So I also need to make sure I'm using the correct unit in here. And the correct unit I'm working with is centimeters, so my answer would be 100 centimeters. So that wraps it up for today. There's going to be some questions you have to answer over on Schoology. The first question is going to be, what is today's password, to prove that you've watched today's video, and that is going to be the word park. Like if you park your car, P-A-R-K, park. And as usual, the way I end all my videos, if you have any questions, you have any concerns, things you want to talk about, I have my office hours. They're listed over on Schoology in the same place, in the very first section that you even look in. So check those out. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by, say hi. If not, then I will see you on video on Monday, or actually Tuesday, because we have a 3-day weekend. All right, you take care. Bye.